At the utmost level of generality, Peirce desired to articulate a conception of signs so abstract that it is articulated without reference to mind or consciousness. But Peirce was a pragmatist. He was an experimental inquirer animated by a guiding sense of purpose. And his overarching purpose was to offer an account of inquiry. This purpose is indeed his quest of quests. Peirce found signs inherently fascinating. And this means that the firstness of romance need not be severed from the secondness or thirdness of work. Work in its thirdness, work for the sake of a purpose, is best undertaken when romance pervades and enlivens those engaged in it. As this society has made so clear in every one of its meetings, there is more to Peirce's semiotic than was dreamt of in his philosophy. Its scope is far wider than the principal purposes for which he deployed his general theory of signs. There is the phenomenology anterior to semiotic, but there is also the phenomenology interior to the theory of signs. There is, moreover, the phenomenology integral to the various branches of semiotic investigation, including the investigation of music. The musician is searching for a sound, and insofar as this search is successful, she discovers, in its irreplaceable immediacy, just some unique quality. But the search itself is obviously an intricately mediated process. One cannot play what one does not hear, but it is no less true that one cannot adequately hear what someone cannot presently play or even imagine. Hearing and playing are of a piece. Except for prodigies, novices cannot play what they are beginning to hear. For a frustrating period, their hearing outdistances their playing. In turn, the pathbreakers in music can hardly hear the qualitative possibilities that certain compositions sublimely intimate. For perhaps even a lifetime of frustration, playing and imagining falls short of these elusive possibilities. We close our eyes and listen to sounds, a single tone held indefinitely, or a sequence of notes enfolded intricately into arresting patterns, at times deceptively simple, at other times unimaginably complex. They elicit, at the very least, a sequence of feelings, a sequence of actions, and the possibility of a transformation of habit. The poet Cummings said, "Since feeling is first, who pays any attention to the syntax? Since feeling is first, who pays any attention to the syntax of things will never wholly kiss you." But sense feeling is first, though first in a world in which the syntax of things is rarely avoidable. Indeed, a world in which the syntax of signs, along with that of things, cannot be avoided. The poet's lines need to be modified in light of the philosopher's insights. Since feeling is first, but also since syntax is integral to the very evolution of feeling, art can never wholly kiss us when a feel for the syntax of things is neglected. Thank you.
I wish Cummings could have heard that. We have 2 minutes for questions. I'm sorry it's so short, but we have to stay on schedule here. Any quick questions?
Gila.
Yes, Gila. Please go ahead and get set up.
I was made me think of the notion of upheaval and bedeutung.
Sure.
In fact, perhaps the note and the illusion of this, that there is no disruption, there is continuity. It's really based on trust, on really the fact that music doesn't leave the residue, the upheavalness complete. More than Hegelian and Husserlian.
Right. I appreciate that suggestion, but I want to resist it because I think despite the deep kinship between Hegel and Peirce, there is, in Peirce's own words, a falling off, because I want to interpret Peirce's cynicism in a relatively agonistic fashion. And I want to say continuity makes conflict possible. And secondness is ineliminable. And even when it is in the service of continuity or thirdness, it is something, and secondness has its firstness, it is something in itself, and it's not to be completely subsumed in a Hegelian logic, a Peircean logic, right? Yeah.
But I was thinking also in terms of the excess of meaning within the sound or
great.
the image. They are sort of that bedeutung that in fact could open the door towards, discontinuity based on continuity.
Sure. No, I appreciate that very much. And I just want to say something. I have oftentimes felt like running out of the room after somebody has spoken before me because they know so damn much. And I have never felt the impulse to run out of the room more than after you spoke. I just thought that was fabulous.
Vincent, in your answer, you used the word agonistic. Did you mean agapistic, or did you mean...
I meant agonistic.
What does agonistic mean?
Oh, it's just agon, struggle, conflict.
Okay,
right.
So second, I get you.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems to me that Peirce's notion is not entirely irenic. It's not about It's not about a resolution in which secondness is eliminated. It's agonistic. It's secondness is still there.
Does he use that term, agonistic?
No, that's me. I'm sorry.
Okay. No.
It also goes back to the biblical iagon, biblical academia.
Yeah, directly from the Greek.